See that? That's what you call a lovely way to start the day. Idiot. Pumping up a motorcycle with a bicycle pump. Doesn't matter though, we'll survive, we'll survive. Alright, so today's video, when I get a chance to, we're going to go over a little bit of safety stuff, you know, isn't it? It's funny, the guy wearing bright high-vis is going to talk about safety. Of course he is, mate, right? The whole of London is coming to 20 mile an hour. Pretty much everywhere in London is 20 mile an hour already. On roads like this, makes sense, does make sense. But I find that I am in more danger going slower than I am going faster. Now, how on earth does that work? Well, I've got a couple of videos here of what happens when you're on a motorcycle and you are patient. Oh, look at the reflection of this bike. Oh, it's so beautiful. And oh, scare! Hello, boss. Hello, boss. Hello, boss. I'll get back to you after I sort out this hole in the wheel. Oh, look at this guy with his T-Max, absolute hooligan. Can I come in? Yeah, fat bastard. Entree. If you do 20, they will be upset and they will be irritated and agitated and they will do stupid things. Yeah, very, very stupid things, right? And unfortunately that puts riders who take things, you know, take things slow, take things responsible, and understand that there's no reason to do dangerous over and undertakes when there's going to be traffic ahead, there's going to be a red light ahead. They understand how to read the road. You can read the messages. What is it that I can do or other riders can do to keep ourselves safe whilst also staying within legal limits? Because I don't really enjoy riding over the speed limit, I'll tell you that. Anyways, continuing on the safety aspect, when you're doing the speed limit, right, at least the way that I ride, when I look at my position, you can probably see it now. I mean, right now I'm not in the best position. I should be more central inside of the lane to really dominate my position, especially when there's no space to go around either side, you know. So I should be here, but personally I prefer to be in position between position 2 and 3. I can see ahead pretty well. I could go under, but I don't want to do that. I'll tell you what, I'll stay in position 3. I'll stay right here so I can see what's going on ahead, whilst keeping an eye on the driver behind. When you're in traffic like this, you have many drivers that are quite impatient. They've been sitting in traffic for a long time, and then they see a motorcyclist pass them, and that usually gets them into the ump, you know, gets them really upset. And then you have people that are generally distracted, like that geezer in the van staring at their phones, who just generally couldn't be bothered about safety and so on. There is an intersection there, I can see it's clear, so I'm going to follow forwards, go right into the middle of the lane, all the way in the middle. I can see anybody that comes up from over here. I can see ahead. I'm going to stop there and then follow in, and red light. Just take time, no need to rush. Traffic's going to be wherever we get to anyway, so let's start talking about the clips that I just got. So going from the first one, the Mercedes, and the light had turned green. We're in the middle of this quite large intersection, right? And I was waiting to turn right. Now, can't really turn right when there's traffic coming towards me. You have to sit and wait for traffic to ease up, and then you can make your right turn. But as soon as there was an opening, he's beeping on his horn, meet, you know, hurry up, get out the way, all of it. There's a lot of traffic on that side anyways, so again, I don't see the rush. There's no need to be in a rush, especially in London, because it doesn't matter where you go. I'm going to slow down, let this geezer come out. Especially in London, it doesn't really make sense, because your journey doesn't get slowed down or sped up by you passing one vehicle or letting one vehicle out. Your journey generally doesn't do anything, you know, especially in London, because there's traffic everywhere. So this geezer's beeping at me, get out of the way. And then I managed to make the turn, and then afterwards I pressed record on the camera, because I know something's about to happen. You can sense it, right? And then there's a lady that crosses the road in front of me, so I believe she was an older woman. So I let her go, and whilst that was going on, there was also just trying to get a better view in the mirror to see what's going on. This is a 20 and everybody's going 30. It's a newly 20ified road. So this man, adamant that I am in his way, right? While somebody's doing a 3-point turn, as the lady is crossing in the middle of the road, that man just finished off his 3-point turn. I gave him the space so that he could finish off that turn and go straight on his way. And as that happened, you can hear a beep, and that beep came from our lovely Mercedes, right? That's ridiculous. There you go. Now it's a 30 again. We can pick up speed, enjoy the turn, and pick up. There you go. But yeah, it was pretty funny, you know. It blew past me, and you can hear his engine roaring and so on. And lo and behold, we're right next to a zebra crossing. Lovely, you know. So many things wrong could have happened. You know, somebody else could have been willing to cross at that time, but luckily that didn't happen. Let's go to the next one, and we are going once again another 20-mile-per-hour road. We've just gone through the speed camera, and we are continuing forwards, and we get to another crossing. As we approach the crossing, this geezer's swerving all over the place. How much do you want to bet? He's probably on his phone. This lovely lady, this is a bus lane. I don't know what you're doing, mate. This is still a bus lane, and I need to find a way to get over to the right. So I'm going to do shoulder check, cancel indication, look again, shoulder check, move over, get it over and done with, mate. Hold the right indicator because I'm going for the third exit. Oh, we're approaching the crossing, and as we're approaching the crossing, I see this blue car appear. Oh, that. As we're straight over that red light. Boy, nice lean, bud. Nice lean. Am I surprised that somebody in a Mercedes is being stupid? This is why you also need to do a shoulder check when you're going into making your way out of. I would like to move into that lane, but that's not going to happen. So let me let the twat do what he wants to do. Is he going to pass or no? I know you want to. Good. Okay. So let's get back onto the car. I got so many tangents because people are just horrible drivers, man. So as we're merging in, as we're passing the crossing, I see a lovely blue car appear in my mirror on the left side, and I immediately start. You see me probably swerving my head slowly, looking over, because I'm thinking, are you that stupid? The woman only sees the gap in front, so closing the gap is the only thing she sees, so she thinks it's a brilliant idea for her to do an undertake at that time. I look over, and then the space in the lane suddenly disappears because of the crossing. The crossing's there, so the space in the lane disappears. Oh, lovely BMW that is. I think that's a F800. I believe it is. I could be very wrong. Oh, good. We move on to the next one, which is probably the best out of all of them. We have a man in his blue Ford Focus, I believe. I could be wrong. I don't know cars, right? We have a man in his blue Ford, and then you have a truck in front of him. That truck is trying to make a right-hand turn. Okay. As the truck is trying to make a right-hand turn, this man in his Ford does not read the road ahead and doesn't see that there are parked cars to the left of that truck. So as the truck is getting ready to make a move to the turn to the right, that Ford swerves over to the left, and then as the slams is essentially stopped immediately because it's facing parked cars. So in all of that rush and hurry, all he's done is have to slam his brakes on. If he took his time, like I was doing, he would be okay. We approach a roundabout now, and on the roundabout there is a black Range Rover who is stopped on the right hand lane, which is also the lane that you can use to go forwards, and the lane to the left is open. So this Ford is getting ready to do an undertake. Gone into the left hand lane, realizes he can't see jack shit because the giant Range is in front of him. To his right, he can't see jack shit, so he has to stay and wait. That Range Rover then pulls off. He's waiting for the Range Rover to pull off. Because I am further back, I've actually got a lovely view of the entire intersection, the entire roundabout, right? So I continue to follow behind the Range. I've got such a good view. You have patience, you can see more, right? I follow behind him. So now he's been passed by another vehicle, which he is now furious. He had a plan to undertake. He got stuck. Now he has been passed. He's been overtaken. So he spends the next mile tailgating and trying to pass me on the underside, which I just found was hilarious. Although dangerous, it was absolutely funny, and you could hear my commentary throughout. I knew exactly what I was doing, and I did that on purpose just to teach him a lesson, right? Oh, man. That's so funny. So he's up my arse. Let's see what the situation is. He's trying to... Talking on safety, what things can we do to prevent things like that happening? Alright, first of all, I am somebody who enjoys staying patient, being relaxed. I like to enjoy my ride, not feel like I'm battling the entire planet just to stay on my lane. Unfortunately, we constantly end up with situations where this is exactly how it feels. We're battling other road users, which shouldn't be the case. I do see myself as somebody who's quite experienced, although my emotions sometimes do get ahead of me. When somebody does something dangerous, I do use the finger a lot. I would recommend that you don't, because you don't know what madman or mad woman is inside of that vehicle and may decide, you know what, you've given me the finger, I am going to hit you off the vehicle. Alright? Yeah, believe it or not, I'm only 25 and I sound like an absolute... I'm doing 50 racing down there.